Good morning, No Finish Line Nation. Sunday, June 4th. It is a great day today. It is sunny outside, and it is wonderful that the sun is poking through and shining on my newly sprouted garden out there. I have everything from uh, peppers to tomatoes to garlic to onions to cauliflower, cabbage, all kinds of good stuff. So this is my first year doing some gardening, so I wanted to be able to see if we can get some homegrown healthy foods to be able to stack up in the house instead of having to spend all that moolah at the grocery store. So we'll see how it turns out. It looks like it's starting off pretty good. Cucumbers are a little tough this year, but it's a good feeling when you have the sunshine coming in and shining right in there all morning and then during the day. So today's supposed to be pretty nice out in Maine here, but before the rains come on Monday and Tuesday, which is okay. You know, we gotta kind of deal with what we got to deal with and go with what we got to go with, and it's going to be in the 50s on Monday and Tuesday too. That's a big thumbs down. Anyway, so the coffee talk this morning was about how we have conversations with ourselves like we do with our children. And a lot of times when we are talking to kids and kids talk about what they want to accomplish in life, where they want to go and have this big dream that they want to be able to accomplish, such as to be an NFL player or to be an astronaut or be something grand and large and huge, where we naturally will tell children all the time, you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. And if we're not telling them that, then we should be keeping ourselves in check, because you want to be able to give that air of hope and optimism towards our children, although we are realists, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about on the coffee talk is, even when I have conversations with my son who's 11 and he talks about certain things that he wants to be able to do in life or whatever, and the human nature side of me kicks in where I'm like, oh, listen, internally, right? I don't tell him this, but internally I'm saying, oh, that you can't accomplish that, right? That's not being realist. That's there, and so naturally we try to be positive for that in that moment, and I have to live there, and I have to work on that sometimes, because I have found myself sometimes going negative of being, well, that's not a realistic goal, so let's think about some things we want to be able to accomplish. I got to stop doing that, because in life, the air of hope and optimism for our children is probably one of the most pure things that we have that's out there, and one of the things that we lose so quickly as life starts to progress. And one of the things that I posed in Coffee Talk was, why is that? Why do we lose that air of hope and optimism of the things that we do? Is it because of failures that we've had? Is it because of falling that we've done? Is it because of the way that we're trained to be as adults, or is it just the fact that we don't want to fail, and or if we accept failure and we train ourselves to be the fact that we expect ourselves to fail, then maybe if we do fail but not as bad, it won't feel as bad as what we do, if we kept on thinking of the big high hopes and aspirations that we want to be able to accomplish. So it just was eye opening to me as I'm having a conversation. I'm throwing a ball with my son out there yesterday, and we were talking about just dreams and things that we want to accomplish and stuff. And I kept parking in the space of, you can do whatever you set your mind to. You know, just come up with a plan, and you got to work hard, and you got to dedicate yourself towards doing it, but you can accomplish anything you want to. So those exact words, as I thought about it this morning as I was waking up, was exact words that we should be using with ourselves. We can accomplish whatever we want to accomplish. It just takes hard work and dedication. And sometimes we look for things to be given to us, or we look for things to be easier, or if somebody else gets a nice thing that happens to them, we get in that jealous mode of, how come that doesn't happen to me? Versus, I need to continue to stay in my lane, work hard, and focus on the dreams that I want to be able to accomplish, and have that air of hope and optimism that a child has. So think about that today. Think about what it is specifically that you're looking to accomplish, whether it's like we talked about earlier this week about big dreams and little dreams and not being afraid to be able to go for those. If you're thinking about it, just think to yourself, What are your thoughts when you're having those dreams? When you're thinking about the things that you want to be and how you want to accomplish it and where you want to go in life, even if you're in later stages in life, it doesn't matter. If you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, it doesn't matter because everybody can still have dreams and everybody can still have wants and aspirations of things that they want to be able to accomplish. And then you have to ask yourself, okay, do I really want it? Because if I really want it, I can set my mind to it and really focus on doing it and really push hard at accomplishing those goals and those dreams and those aspirations that we tell our children that they can accomplish too. So change the way you talk to yourself, because I know I have to work on this myself. I mean, I'm the one of the biggest doubters in the whole entire world. My wife is one of my biggest cheerleaders because she's always like, well, we can go and do whatever we want to do, and let's just go ahead and do it. And the thing for me is I'm always the pessimist, the person that's a realist. I don't consider myself to be pessimist because I definitely live in the positive glasses half full world, but I'm a positive realist is what I like to consider myself, because I take the realistic situation, I take a look at the goals and I say, okay, so what's realistic here and what can we really accomplish? And I take that business aspect of it where I take numbers and crunch and those kind of things versus hopes. And that's how I'm wired. And so I need to change that. And I think that everybody on that's watching can really think about that. Think about how you are going to change the way that you talk to yourself about the dreams and aspirations that you want to accomplish. If you think about it, think about your dream or your aspiration. Let's just say, for instance, this book is my dream, right? And I'm looking at this book. How do I look? What's the first thought that comes to mind when I'm looking at this book? I'm saying to myself, here's my dream. This is what I want to accomplish. All my goals listed right here. This is what I want to be able to do. How am I going to get there, right? One. Two, what's my immediate thoughts? Am I thinking to myself, yeah, but that's not really achievable. That's not really something that I really, I mean, is it realistic? I don't know. Instead of going, okay, if that's my goal, how do I get there? What do I need to work on? What specifically do I need to do to be able to achieve those goals that I want to? And this isn't just about losing weight. This is about health, life, everything, right? So I'm committing myself to changing that about myself. I'm hoping that you guys can take a look at where you're at with it. And if it does help, great. Awesome. I'm so happy that it helps. If it doesn't, then, you can just scroll on and know that you're going to accomplish the dreams that you want to if you're already in that space already. But this is, of course, just my journey and where I'm at with everything. So my thoughts are that I need to fix some things or just look at some things or rework and tweak and bring my brain in for an oil change sometimes to be able to make sure that I stay in that space. Okay. Have a great Sunday today, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. NFLN on online on Facebook has really we're at 24,000, I think 200 people that are on there with us to be able to share and some stories with us and really just support each other and be there for each other positively and give each other for some great affirmations of where we want to do and what we want to accomplish. Okay. Have a great day. We'll talk later and enjoy each moment today that comes to you.